You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much loving drives a man insane. Oh, what a thrill! Oh, what a thrill now! Goodness gracious, great balls of fire! You got my loving, baby. You thought it was funny now. You came along and wooed me, honey. Come on, baby. Drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Now kiss me, baby. Oh, give me. Oh, you're loving me. I said, now love me, honey. I want to love you like a lover should. So fine, so kind. Gotta tell the world that you're mine. I chew my nails and I twiddle my thumbs. I got your loving, baby. Sure is fun. Come on, baby. Drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Yeah. Wow, wow, yeah. Now kiss me, baby. Oh, give me all your loving. I said, love me, honey. I want to love you like a lover should. So fine, so kind. Gotta tell the world that you're mine. I twist my nails and I twiddle my thumbs. I got you a loving, baby. Sure is fun. Come on, baby. Drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. And we're live. Hey, everybody. How about that? I'm even live a little early here. It's 10:35. It's 10:33 on my clock. Here, I'm going to give everybody a chance to get on. I may even do a reprise because that was kind of fun. This goodness gracious, great balls of fire. And I'll tell you, on some of these channels, they may block it out. If they do, I just hope they let the rest of the show go on. Today, we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff. It's going to be about these 4 topics, and we're going to hit them. And, you're going to be happy you came. So let's do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much loving drives a man insane. You broke my will. What a thrill now. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire now. Choose the job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire now. Kiss me, baby. Ooh. Give me all your loving. Love me, honey. I want to love you like a lover should. So fine, so kind. Gotta tell the world that you're mine. I chewed my nails and I twiddle my thumbs. I got your loving, baby. Sure is fun. Come on, baby. Drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. And we're live again. Now it's 10:35 on Friday morning, and I'm so glad you came. I'm Jay Skinner, and this is the Buyers and Sellers Show. So thanks for coming, and I am so glad you are here. What a great time I had just not long ago up in Neenah, Wisconsin this week with my friends at SQB Packaging Systems, small quantity boxes, and boy, what a great time we had up there. Looks like we got some people online right here. Here we go. Hey, Mr. Scooby Snacks, Top Gun Special. Good. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Ming Mastro, sounds awesome, man. So glad you came. I'm glad to see you. These are Twitter people. Twitch people. And right now I'm live simulcast across 2 Facebook channels, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and Twitter. So thank you for coming. I am so glad you're here and you're enjoying it. As people come on, You're probably wondering, I thought if I said Great Balls of Fire on the advertisement, that would definitely get people to think, whoa, what the heck is this? And if you read down a little bit further, you get to see some of the things that we're talking about, these 4 topics. And I'm going to get right into them because we're in business, and whether you're a buyer or a seller, these are things that are important to you. Now, remember the 2 rules of the show. This is the number 1 is the silver rule, which is do unto your vendors as you want your customers to do unto you. So when you're talking to your vendors, people you buy from, how are you treating them? And I'm talking about not just with your attitude, but I'm even talking about with the financial terms and everything else. Are you matching up with what you're wanting your customers to do to you? And then that's the silver rule. And the next one is the green rule. It's do for yourself what you're asking others to pay you to do for them. And a good example is if you're out there selling Teslas, but you're driving a Ford or a Chevy, that's not very impressive. And to talk about the cobbler without shoes, if you're selling shoes, make sure you got some nice shoes and do for yourself. And I'll tell you what, I come under conviction frequently about that. Anyway, thanks for coming. If you're just getting here, I played Great Balls of Fire at the beginning. I don't know if the replays will carry it because sometimes they get worried about copyrights and things like that. But there we go. Barry Litwax, terrific value of what you're saying. Thank you, Barry. I'm glad you like it. And let's see, I just want to check here. There we go. Top Gun Special, Mrs. Scooby Snacks over there on Twitch. And we've got Ming Maestro. Sounds awesome, man. Thank you very much. I got friends everywhere. I'm so thankful that you come. So let's take a look at this and go through it. The 4 topics. You will have some ideas as well, and I'm really looking for them. So please don't hesitate to jump in there and type your comments in and give me some ideas. And just to make it easy, I'm going to come over here under comments, and I'm going to type in hello, www.djskinner.com if you want to see my website and more about what I do. And this will pop in to some of the channels. If you see where that's popping in, that's kind of the area where you want to type in yourself. And looks like it's coming across. If you happen to be on a channel that doesn't have the comments and you're saying, well, I'm trying to comment, can't find it. Some of the channels don't. I know that the Twitter, I can't seem to find where you can talk to me through Twitter. But if you find you can, type in. Anyway, thank you, Barry, for your comment. Let's get right into the thoughts here, the teaching. Number 1, confidence. What is your confidence level with your customers and vendors and people you talk to? Let's just think about that for a minute. I think about new young people in business, maybe sometimes for the first time. And how many times I say, I don't know anything about this business. What I have to tell you is if you've joined a new company or you're part of a new business and something that you've never really done before, I say you're selling widgets or you're manufacturing beads or whatever you're doing, it's new to you. After your first day of training and walking through the plant and being told about the processes and meeting all the people and looking at everything in the display room and whatever else was involved in that first day of your training, you know more than about 95% of your customers and people that you'll talk to in the future, maybe 90%. You got some pretty smart customers, especially ones that have been working with your company for a long time. And those are the ones you want to learn from. Okay. But really, you can be confident when you go in and start talking that you know a lot about what it is. And if you don't know something that you need to know about, don't fake it. I suggest you bring the owner with you or the manufacturer or whoever knows more about this than you do. Have them go on your visits and calls and have telephone calls with you and Zoom calls and be there to help back you up on information. And then, of course, if you simply don't know the answer to something or something comes up and you get to wondering, share those wonders with your customer or whoever you're dealing with, and they'll appreciate your transparency You say, I'm going to find out and I'll let you know. And then you go to work and get it done and text them back within the next 45 minutes. Or sometimes I literally pick up the phone like this. Hello. Hey, John, this is Jay. I'm over here with Mr. Smith, one of our customers, and he had a really good question. Can I just put you on the speakerphone and you can answer it for both of us? Super. Boom. Now, if you do that, your customer is going to love it. If you're calling the owner of the company or the plant manager or somebody that's not used to operating that way, they may be furious that you put them on a spot. So I'm going to talk to both of you. One is, if you're one of those guys that don't want to get a call on the spot and get surprised by a salesperson with a customer on the phone without any preparation, get over it. That shows that you're available and you'll try. And even if it means you don't know the answer either, at least you can tell them. And they're going to appreciate you being responsive and on it. So don't be one of those guys that yells at the salesman, don't ever do that to me again. It's like, give me a break. That's the attitude your customers will pick up on, and they won't like it. Now, salesperson, I suggest in advance, before you start making calls, you check with whoever you work for and say, hey, I'd like to be able to do this kind of on the spur of the moment. It's okay, even if you don't know, but the customer will love it. And make sure that whoever your boss is that you might be calling on the spur of the moment is good with it. And if he's not, then you got something to work on and try to help him get over his hangups that way. Let's see. Looks like we got some more comments. Gregory Sneed there. Thank you. I'm VJ Skinner. Thank you very much. You're the Gregory Sneed, financial coach. Glad you're here. Terrell Gray says, hey, say it, bro. Awesome. Glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. So confidence. Just remember, after your first day, wherever you are, you know more than 90 or 95% of the people you'll be dealing with. And the other thing is I think part of this whole confidence thing, that people don't feel confident because they're not sure they know. The other part is understand that once you've told someone something, you can come back later. You're going to tell it to them again and again and again. It's called spaced repetition. If you think about the things that you've been trained on in the past, you don't get it the first time. You don't remember it the first time. So spaced repetition is the way that you help people learn. And then if someone's doing spaced repetition with you, you don't need to like tell them, oh, you told me that already, or you told me that already. Just listen and get better at it, because they're trying to help drill it into you so you become an expert and you're able to say those words and talk about things in a way that makes you even more expert. And see, Greg says, people want to have confidence in you and not be conned. Amen to that. And that con comes when people are just like making up answers and not even really telling the truth. It's like, you don't even know you're not telling the truth. You're just making stuff up. Don't do it. Okay. Number 2, communication. What's stopping you from properly communicating with your customers, with your team on the inside, with people on the inside? Probably one of the sayings that I grew up hearing so often, and people would complain about this after the problem happened, was, we don't know what the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. Have you heard that? The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. Well, we don't want that to happen, but most of the time that saying comes up after something's happened that could have been solved by communication in part of the project management program. And so what I'm saying is everything you set out to do for your customer, or if you have a vendor working for you, if they don't have it, you're going to have to do this too, is you're going to have to be highly communicative. You're not going to hold stuff back because you don't want to offend them. If you say something that's obvious, just say it. If they want to get offended, that's their problem. It's like I had a company in here doing a cement walk and driveway replacement for us. And I wanted to go through every aspect of the project with the project manager. In the course of doing that, talk, well, what about this? What about that? When does this happen? When does that happen? We found some holes in the process. It's like, oh, well, let's fix it. Boom. Or you don't know about that. Okay, well, before we go here, let's go there. Maybe I am the customer from you know where, but at the same time, I have pretty good projects when people do stuff for me. And if they don't show up with a project management plan and high level of communication, I install it or I just don't do business with them. Now, if you are the business provider, if you're providing the service and the product, why don't you have a step-by-step program already in place to answer the questions the customers should be asking? If they're not asking, you answer them for them and give them this high level of confidence in you and your process and the subsequent product or service that you're going to deliver. But you're going to have to talk to each other. If you're walking down the hallway and you need to talk to the project manager on something that you've been working on, talk to him. If he wants to act mad, you need to have a bigger talk. We need to be communicating to each other because the customer, it comes first. And we need to make sure that we're taking care of the customer because they pay our bills. Now, see, we have some other comments here. Greg says, communication to commune with your prospects. I like that. That's exactly right. It's pretty important to have that kind of communion with your customers and your prospects. And then within your own company, when you're doing projects, I've been places before and I said, well, why is this here? I don't know. It's like, well, what do you think of it? I don't like it. Well, it's been there for like 5 years. Why don't you change it? Well, that means I'd have to talk to the owner. I'd have to talk to this person. I'd have to talk to that. We don't do very good communication around here. It's like, what? Well, let it be up to you. If it's to be, it's up to me. You be the person to start it. Now, you may have a really bad situation at work. And I understand that happens. And you get to decide what battles you want to pick. I get it. But if it's really that bad, start looking for another job, or go into business for yourself. Figure out that one. And that's going to take us to the next one. Cash flow. Cash flow. And one of the things here is, why do businesses fail? So often it's about this. It's about that right there. I can't tell you how many people, and I'm the CEO extender, and I work for people, but boy, I tell you what, if I get on board with someone that doesn't have the cash which provides a runway so that their new ship can take off, it gets real difficult and gets real uncomfortable because they're spending a whole lot of money and not making any money. And they're thinking, I'm going to get to the end of the runway, which is the cash, before I've gotten off the ground. So here's a saying: the difference between the goals you set and where you get, the difference between the goals you set and where you get. Now, what makes that difference? And when you realize that there's a space there, try to look at it in advance, plan for it, and you either reduce your goals to be satisfactory and work within the framework of the plan as a first milestone or stepping stone in your plan, or have more activity and more money and more resources to pour into it so that you get where you want to go. It's as simple as that. You either need to lower your goals and expectations based upon your cash and time investment that's available, or pour more time and cash into it. Now, another thing is, some businesses will have situations where they simply don't have a product that is real good, like saleable. And so I always suggest that you try to do some test marketing and work hard up front and make sure whatever it is you're putting out there, it has a market. And one of the ways that I do that, especially with what I call new product developments, is I'll find that first customer that's willing to join with me and partner with me hand in hand, both financially, time wise, and development wise, to get that new product out there into the market. They're the first big customer. Their time and investment means that they get a product that is designed exactly for them, while I take into consideration other people like them for future sales. But the fact that they're willing to invest this much in a new product themselves, combined with the fact that maybe I've talked to some other people in their industry that want something, tells me it's a pretty good bet. Oh, got some more comments here. Let's see. Sharon, good morning. My name's Sharon Skinner Hoffmeister. She is the SharonHoffmeister.com, SharonHoffmeister.com, and she's with Reveal Products, and she's been online consecutively every day for 1,057 days. Every single day. That includes Christmas and holidays and everything else. So congratulations, Sharon. Thanks for reporting. So here's a good comment from Ron. Good book about cash flow is Mike Motorbikes Profit First. Mike Motorbikes Profit First. Write that down. And I remember when we were doing Stratus Plastic Pallet Company, which was 1-800-Pallets and www.pallets.com. I learned some good lessons there from the owner. And we used to talk about, when it came to investment, don't shoot blanks. Don't spend money on stuff that's not important right now. I mean, we can sit around at a card table and 4 folding chairs to get started. That's okay. And the other part is, what was the second part? Don't shoot blanks. And plan and know what you're doing, and make sure that you share your investment with your customers. That was real important. And I learned that there too. I had another thing in mind too. I'll catch that on the next. Oh yeah, cash flow is king. That's right. Cash flow is king. We were talking about earlier about cash being a problem sometimes. And you want to remember that you want to get to positive cash flow as fast as possible. And that means keeping good records and understanding so that you don't get underwater accidentally, because you can have money in the bank and be underwater if your accounts payable exceeds your accounts receivable. Okay. So here's another thing. His real name isn't Motorbike, but if you Google Mike Motorbike, you'll find him. Okay, cool. And King Cash. Yeah, cash flow is king. There's something about feeling glad when you got money in the bank. It doesn't prevent human beings from worrying sometimes, which is kind of weird, but we can worry. We've got money in the bank and we still worry sometimes. Or when it's like you talk to somebody and say, well, let's do this or that, and they say, I don't have any money. Well, that doesn't mean they don't really have any money necessarily. They just don't have any in a pile or allocated for what it is you're talking about doing. And so maybe they'll have money after they're convinced it's a great idea. Think about that. Here's another one. Sales, orders, and shipments. Now, I want you to think about this. Technically, when you get an order, that's not a sale. A sale is when you ship an invoice. So I want you to remember that. So when you're out there talking to people at the work, you say, okay, I got a backlog of orders that need to be shipped, because they don't become a sale until they actually ship. Now, the backlog of orders or orders that you've gotten, I know it's easy to say, hey, I made a sale today, but we all know it's just an order. And until it's manufactured or the order's filled and invoiced, it's not technically a sale. And then for people that are on commissions and things like that, you might not get paid until the customer pays the invoice, which that some companies do that too, which I understand. Just make sure you know the difference between orders and sales. And then here's there's some more comments. I want to be sure and catch these. See, Greg says, a dollar bill wearing a crown. That is right. We know somebody does that. That's got a crown. Only $2.95 plus $14.95 shipping and handling. Yeah, you've seen those deals out there for sure. people understand the value of cash flow and cash in a deal. So let's see. Does anybody have comments right now? Because I really kind of went through this. I try to keep my show to 30 minutes or less. If you want to hear Great Balls of Fire at the beginning, I want you to just roll back to the beginning when I came on about 3 minutes, 4 minutes before the show started, and you can see me playing, and then I reprised it, and that'll be kind of fun. You'll have some fun with that. And I want you to think about the status of your confidence, your communication, your cash flow, and your sales, orders, and shipments, and how you keep track of that to make sure you don't accidentally go underwater. That will give you a lot of peace of mind. That will give you a lot of peace of mind. And sometimes I will tell you this is a financial thing I shared with people over the years. Sometimes things make dollars and cents sense, but they don't make peace of mind sense. And when you're going through this sort of thing, there's a lot of value to peace of mind. It's like, you'll never talk me into a mortgage when I've got my house paid off, even if you want to show me the numbers of how I could leverage it to do something else. I like the peace of mind. That's what that means. Anyway, everyone, you've been here on the Buyers and Sellers Show. I want you to know that I'm available. Here's my phone number, my email, my website. Love hearing from you. My work here involves a lot of things, and I'm going to take this minute to play a commercial that might be surprising to you. This is one of my clients. Listen up.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name's Dave Isaacs. I'm a dentist. I've been a dentist on the northwest side here of Indianapolis for 31 years. I recently decided to start another business, dental sleep medicine, and I realized I was going to need help getting that off the ground. I'm busy with the dental practice, and I've known Jay Skinner for quite a while, so I reached out to Jay and asked if he could help me with this, and he agreed, and I'm glad he did, because Jay, as my CEO extender, has done a great job in helping me get my dental sleep business off the ground and getting my name out there. I highly recommend Jay for anyone out there who doesn't have time to get to make meetings and get the word out about their business. He did a great job for me, and I know he'll do a great job for you. So give Jay Skinner a call. He's very punctual. He's a great follow through. Give him a chance. He won't let you down. So shout out to Jay, and anybody out there, I encourage you to give him a try. Thanks a lot, and best of luck in your endeavors. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Isaacs. And if you're wondering, well, how did I get that kind of a recommendation? Well, I use dub.com. If you go dub.com/Jay Skinner, you can sign up. And this is a video service that you can send out a text with a video and say, hey, get a chance to say something good about me, or maybe I want to give you a message about what I'm doing by video. Video is a great way to do it. And they simply click on a button and send something back like that for you. It's pretty nice. And I found that it's an excellent way to get referrals and information from people and to share information face to face. Looks like we got some comments here. Let's see. And say, Greg says, it's a sleeper. Well, right. The Sleep Better Indy is about people that have sleep apnea and breathing problems. And it's, if you just go to sleepbetterindy.com, you will like it. And let's see, we got some more comments. Tom Ginn, welcome. Good morning, Tom. And Tom is a user of Dub. He says, Dub is awesome. Use it. Thank you. Let's see, John Godwin, video testimonials are the most powerful referrals. Yes, they are. and I'm accumulating them. And then after I get them like this, I can put them on my website and those sorts of things. And I have a lot of referrals and testimonials on my website now about Jay Skinner, but I have a feeling the ones that are the videos probably get watched and paid attention to more than all the words. So it's good. John, thanks for coming by. I appreciate your input here. So if you like that dub thing, just go there and sign up for a free trial and find out. You're going to love these people. They're in Los Angeles and they're very, very helpful. It's a personable group, and you should try them out. Anyway, this has been the Buyers and Sellers Show. Everyone, I'm so thankful that you came. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Remember those 4 points that you want to have confidence, communicate better, watch your cash flow, and make those sales, and pay attention to the difference between orders and shipments, and get it out there. And then at the same time, make sure that your good customers have a chance to say something good about you by going to dub.com/Jay Skinner. Sign up, try it. And of course, if you want to talk to me about it, I'll be happy to help you learn about it and put you in touch with the people there if you'd like any more information. So you'll have fun. I have fun. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week, Friday morning, 10:35, always here. And oh, what the heck? How about a little bit more Great Balls of Fire? Whoa, try it again. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much loving drives a man insane. You broke my will. What a thrill now. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire now. You got my loving, baby. You thought it was funny how you came along and wooed me, honey. Come on, baby. Drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Wow, wow, wow. See you next week. Thanks for coming. Bye now.